Hello everyone, Derek Sam Toys, and we are back with another action figure review. I don't know if I showed this off in the USO review or not, but today we've got the Elite 107 Solo Sikoa. A pretty exciting figure and also a slightly disappointing figure for some in certain aspects. I I do have a figure, I got a couple of figures on the back of this box. One still has yet to be reviewed. I do have the Grayson Waller all reviewed and stuff, so we'll just have to wait and see who the other figure is in this wave that I have. But yeah, pretty excited to have this. And before I keep on yapping my mouth, don't mind the tables and stuff in the background. I'm currently filming the pick fed. As you can see, I'm working on Bobby versus Kenny. Just a little sneak peek for those on YouTube who don't follow me on Instagram. If you would like to see some more behind the scenes shots, I'd recommend going to follow my Instagram. Not to plug my things a little too early, but I think it's time we get into the package. Now, shall we? Alrighty, you guys. Now getting into the accessories. This is partial, reasons as to why I'm disappointed with this figure, and we'll get into that. First things first, though, I do love this little, cloth towel accessory. It kind of looks like the hooded accessory for, an AJ Styles from God knows how many Elite series ago. And then he also does come with a red We The One shirt, just like the Usos. And then this is where it kind of bugs me a little bit with the hands. The skin tone is painted onto these hands. And what's even worse is they couldn't even, leave the thumb white. They painted the thumb on there too, which is kind of abysmal in my opinion. I don't know why they would do that. I don't think that's ever accurate at all. We've also got this thumb, which I don't think he's ever done the Samoan spike with his other hand, so interesting choice there. I guess it just gives us an extra hand. And of course he does have weapon holding or mic holding hands. And you know what? Actually, now that we're done with the accessories, we can kind of get into this figure and what kind of bugs me a little bit. Breaking down the new head scan, it is honestly pretty good. I say new because it's new to me. I didn't really break down the new head scan on the Jimmy Uso, so I guess we can maybe get into that a little bit later. But the new torso looks really good. All of his tattoo applications look really good. I love the way the shorts look and the knee pads and all the getup. It does stand pretty well. My biggest gripe with this right now, though, and I don't know if it's just mine, but I can't even get this man to kick forward. How am I gonna fed with this guy if I can't really pose his legs? I don't know how I'd be able to have him hit a super kick. Hold on, I'm gonna attempt. Okay, yeah, no, honestly, I'm not even gonna dare try. I gave it a few attempts and he couldn't even get one of his legs up to somebody's kneecap and it wouldn't even hold anyway. So, yeah, I don't know. I may have to treat his D'Lo Brown syndrome, as I call it, because I'm assuming it's because he's on pinecone joints. Because I've had a few figures do this when they were on pinecone joints, but I don't know. Because I just find it really awkward that, he can't even do a super kick, and he's someone who I'd say is fairly known for doing, a super kick every now and again. But with that being said, why don't we just get them all posed up, and we can kind of just get into our final thoughts here, shall we? Alright, now that we've got Solo all posed up, I had the Ricochet out, so this was the best I could really get out of this Solo right now. Like I said, I think I'm going to have to attempt to give him some D'Lo Brown syndrome treatment. And that's just because I think he's on pinecone joints, which is making it extremely difficult for his legs to move. So I'm sure applying a little bit of heat to his legs will probably do the trick. I'm not exactly too sure though, so I'll have to get into that when I get the chance. I have to go to work after this though, so that's kind of why I'm also trying to wrap things up a bit quicker than usual. And why I also would have had the Usos in this, but I'm not going to waste the time to get them propped up and when this figure can barely pose itself right now. So hopefully I can get them all posed up and capable, because I would love to use Solo in the Fed, even if he has no relations with like Roman or no relations with like Umaga and he's just his own character. I don't know, I feel like he would be really cool to use. But with that being said, in the state it is right now, I would personally have to give this figure a good solid 5 out of 10. Because, I do love the torso choice compared to the first go around. Of course, I don't have the first one in hand, because I waited knowing that they updated the formula for the second one. But besides, like, the great attire, the torso choice, the formula all around looks really good, but I just can't give him good points knowing how those legs move. And yeah, with that being said, he's getting a good solid 2.5 out of 5 stars, just because, he's just not really all that worth it in my opinion. Like I said, if you can fix the D'Lo Brown syndrome, because it's not the first time I've come across this, and if, in all honesty, D'Lo Brown was the very first figure I had to deal with this kind of scenario with, which is why I always call it D'Lo Brown syndrome. But I fixed that by putting them into a thing of hot water, letting them sit there and soak for a minute, and then I kind of just let him cool off, but I also worked the legs as he was cooling off. Not too stiff, but just enough for it to kind of feel like maybe the legs could move. Put them in the freezer for a minute to cool the plastic down just a tad bit faster, but not for too long, like I wasn't having it sit overnight. Yeah, whatever though. That's how I personally fix this kind of problem. I wouldn't recommend doing it though until you for sure will know that it is fixed that way with this figure in particular. So when I get the time, I do plan on doing that. But yeah, with that being said, if you like today's video, or well, videos, I guess you could kind of say, even though this probably won't go up before midnight. It may though. I did upload the Usos review plus the pre-show. I technically uploaded that twice. I had to, because I messed up the first go around, so had to fix it for you people, because I'm not gonna leave it blundered up like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the pre-show and stuff of that nature. And yeah, with that being said, I kind of lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, if you would like to, feel free to go check out some of my other content. We do not just action figure reviews, we do pig fed content as mentioned a second ago, and if we have a big enough unboxing, I'll do unboxings, but I don't make it a set priority. I know I plugged it earlier, but feel free to go follow the Instagram as well, and just throwing it out there, feel free to subscribe. After all, it is free to subscribe. And yeah, I think we're gonna sign off. I don't really have much to say, so peace out, y'all.